Hey y'all!
Hi, welcome to For Real Talkers. I'm Bobbi Scott.
And I'm Jen. I sound real country, but I don't
Really?
care. My mother and father's from the country, so if I sound country, I'm
No,
proud
you
of it.
don't. I
But
don't
I
think you
like
do.
saying hi y'all because I'm from New York, but I did live down south for a little while. So I just took that in along with my DNA. I like saying hey y'all. Anyway, what's up? We back.
Okay, Jen is feeling it today. Yay! I'm excited. Today we're going to be talking about a woman's intuition, right? We always have intuition when we should be doing something or we should not do a certain thing. But sometimes, have your intuition ever told you enough is enough with that relationship
Right.
and you need to just go ahead and break up with that person?
Right? Because he's
You
a
know?
low down, dirty, cheating. It's like, all right, sorry. All
Oh,
right, but anyway,
sometimes that's
yes,
the reason, but there's a
yes,
lot of different reasons. You know, your intuition to let you know, but
yeah.
we fight it. I call that the sixth sense. You know how we know
Ooh.
about we have five senses,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And that sixth sense is
Mm-hmm.
speaking to you, it's telling you something, and we ignore it. Not
We
only with
do.
breakups,
We
but in
do.
other aspects
Mm-hmm.
too.
I read
Right?
something today where because hope makes you blur the lines because you be hoping that that's not the
Mm,
case. So it blurs the lines and you continue on
okay.
into that black hole that you should have got out of a long time ago. So I'm here to tell you today, speaking from my own experience,
Okay.
listen to Bobbi says your sixth sense. Listen to that
Mm.
that inside of your head, like, nah, get out of there while you
Mm-hmm.
can. Get
Run.
get out. Blink twice. Get out. That's it.
Girl, what about when you have a sixth sense and it's telling you something is not right? It might be
Mm-hmm.
somebody else in the picture. You don't know the real reason, but something is not right. You should break up and you don't do it, and then they end up breaking up with you first.
And I don't like that. I don't like it because
Yes.
you should have left. I should have thought about it and listened to that
Mm-hmm.
message inside of this
Mm-hmm.
brain right here and said, go before they do it to you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and 9 times out of 10, it
Mm-hmm.
is infidelity, whether it's
Mm.
with a woman or a man.
Uh-uh.
Hmm.
Because some of these men are on the DL, as we heard a recent celebrity story, which I won't repeat names.
No, we not.
Oh
And
no.
it happened in
Mm-hmm.
real life too.
Yes.
So I'm just saying,
Well,
like,
shoot,
speaking.
celebrities are real.
No, oh, you're right.
You
You're
mean
right. I'm sorry.
ordinary people,
And
right?
with well, we ain't
With
ordinary. I'm
people that are not,
sorry.
oh, thank you,
Just
not famous
yeah,
people.
famous, not famous.
Not yet.
Those, those people like us, it happens to us every day.
Yes.
And I think that it happens more than we know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, 9 times out of 10, they cheat because of infidelity with a man or a woman,
Uh-huh.
or they they just get flat out bored. I can
You
tell
think
you,
people cheat for boredom?
they cheat because they're not getting something from the relationship that they're in,
Okay.
right? Or I had a situation where I had a friend who, and I'm telling you, I'm not saying I had a friend because it's me. I'm telling you, where the her mate wanted her to do some acts
What kind
that
of,
were
like,
unbecoming of
sexual?
her, like yeah, like go to like a threesome,
Ooh,
and
ooh.
she did.
And how did that turn out for her?
She started liking it more than he did, and she started going back, and then they broke up anyway. So that's a
Mm.
Pandoras box.
Be careful what you introduce your partner to. I had a girlfriend who mate wanted her to bring a threesome, to bring another lady into the fold.
Mm-hmm.
And she was really uncomfortable with it, but she loved the guy so much
That
and
she
wanted to
did
give
it.
him what she wanted. So she
Mm-hmm.
found a girl. First of all, she wanted me to go with her to
Mm-hmm.
the place. I said, because if I run into some people there, they might think I like women. And
Okay.
I don't. Let's be crystal clear.
Mm-hmm.
And so she did,
Mm-hmm.
but the woman said, I'll do this with you and your guy, but I got to have you first all to myself. And so she went along with it.
And then what happened?
No,
Girl,
no
come on.
names.
What?
So what happened was she went along with it with the lady, and then she told her man what happened, and like she was ready to bring the lady to bed with us, with the three of them.
Mm-hmm.
And her man was pissed that she moved forward without him. And that wasn't a part of the
Mm,
plan. She wasn't
nah.
supposed to do it without him. So do you know
He broke up
her?
with her
Yeah.
because he was mad because
Yes.
she went behind his back. How dare you, sir? But sidebar, you
Yes.
you introduced it, and then when it. That's what I'm saying. Like, Like you introduced it because obviously you wanted to spice it up. And then when she went ahead without you, it messed up his ego.
Yes,
but
perhaps it was
listen,
an ego thing.
Exactly.
Ego.
I feel like I'm spicy enough and I got a whole bunch of different personalities.
Okay.
So you don't need to step out or bring somebody in because I will change on a dime. Like I'll be somebody else in about 5 minutes. I can guarantee you. So you don't need to bring anybody else in.
Extra people.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then I feel like sometimes I don't listen to my inner, that inner message just telling me get out while you can. There have been times where I felt it, and I felt like my partner was doing something, and doing someone outside of me, and I just try to just like block it out, like no, and making excuses for him.
Well, why do we do that?
And then when like he still like tried to blow it off and then tried to put, how somebody tries to
flip it and put it on
yes,
you to make it seem like you're doing something
deflection
wrong. Yes.
And I thought that was a such a narcissistic quality that he had about himself. But and deflect. And I'm sitting there like, I look like, I mean, yes, I wear makeup, but I'm not homie the clown, my G. Like I know what you're doing. But yet and still I stayed. And I don't know why I stayed, because I was like, I was like, whatever.
Sometimes I think you just get a little comfortable with the situation where you are. And you know that old saying, you could be with the fool you know rather than the new fool you don't know. So
right.
You know how
I didn't feel like I didn't feel like doing that, starting all over, trying to get to know somebody,
I
so
get you.
You stuck around, but then after that, then you start to resent the person, and you're mad at yourself for sticking around, because good and well you should have left a long time ago.
Yep. Well, listen, I've been through that before too, when my intuition told me the guy was basically cheating, and you just keep trying to find proof. Well, you know what, ladies, if your intuition keeps telling you something is not right,
go with it.
You already know something is not right. And
hope,
to me,
hope blurs the lines.
No, but the main thing is, how long do you want to live having that in the back of your mind, not being able to really focus, because
this is what I'm saying.
You're thinking that the person is up to no good.
Right.
To me, if I can think it longer than, I don't know, it's going to be a time period, because when I did that before, I did it for 2 years, like trying to see if I'm going to catch him. But I thought he was up to no good. And to be 100%, I mean, what kind of catching you're looking to do? Are you looking to catch them in bed?
Do they act like how much can you take? Because I don't know if I can even take that. Like
you're allowing the abuse to happen to yourself, because you're waiting to catch something real traumatic.
Right.
So you could be devastated. Why? Why are we doing that?
I'm telling you, I read something today, when you stop holding on to that person, that hope of that person, and something ain't right. Yes. Like the day you let that go, you'll feel so much better.
Yes.
And I'm here to tell you, living proof, that the day I let it go, I felt so much better, because I knew like the person wasn't he wasn't doing right.
Okay.
And I knew, like, I just knew he wasn't doing right, and I knew who he was doing it with, and I was sitting there like, come on, look at me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Gorgeous.
I'm sorry. I know I turned another year older this year, thank God. But I know,
well,
I'm not.
Recently.
You did last week.
Happy birthday to me. I celebrated a birthday last year.
She did. And I just because I turned a year older doesn't mean I have to accept what's given to me. No,
absolutely not.
I deserve the same thing that I deserved when I was in my 20s. And
absolutely.
In my 30s.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to go any
no
further. So I don't know. I know for sure that when you feel something is not right, go with that feeling.
Absolutely.
Don't let it go. Because I started thinking like, oh, maybe I'm a little crazy. Maybe I'm overthinking this thing. But no, go with that feeling.
We're not go with that feeling. And the only way to really get what you want, if you want that great guy in your life, and you already know that you have this narcissistic fool, the only way to get the right man in your life, you got to let that situation go, because you have to make space
Yeah.
in that relationship, which basically you had to get rid of that relationship.
Exactly.
You have to create the space in your life for the right person to come in. As long as that space is being occupied by Mr. Wrong, there's no place or space for Mr. Right.
Ooh, I like that. There's no space or place for Mr. Right.
Because there's not enough space. You got to get Mr. Wrong
out the way.
You have to.
Because you're trying to find all those right things about Mr. Wrong, those little small things that, those little small things that he give you, like just the hook, line, and sinker.
So you try to think about the good stuff too sometimes to give yourself a reason to hold on, right?
To stay.
When you already know.
And you
already know. Especially if you already had the girlfriend talk, not once, not twice, but a couple of times. Ladies, once you leave the girlfriend talk and you start talking to the guys, you really already know.
You do.
You already know. You don't need that man's opinion. Not really, but we all are guilty. I mean, I've been guilty of that before. But I've learned that I'm going to go with my intuition. I like to relate it to this. Have you ever been in a situation, even outside of a relationship, that you're about to do something and you feel like somebody is following you, for example, and your intuition tell you, don't you get on the elevator, get on the elevator. Oh, get off. Don't stay on the elevator with this man. And then you stand back and you feel like you're going to be concerned about the other person's feeling and their thoughts. Like, oh, I don't want him to think I'm scared.
No.
Oh, I don't want, don't worry about what that person is going to think feelings. Because you probably just saved your own life.
Forget
when
their
you
feelings.
paid attention to your intuition, because we have it for a reason. Get out the elevator. The same thing with the relationships.
Yep.
It's the same thing. It's intuition, especially for me. I'm a firm believer in God, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior.
Amen.
I'm a firm believer. So I think that inner voice.
I don't care about your feelings no more. I'm worried about mine.
If you've been praying and asking God to show you.
Yep.
And you getting that inner feeling, honey. For me, I think that's my Father talking to me and saying.
That's another thing I read. It says God is going to He's going to allow the person to hurt you to show you that person is not for you, because you keep staying with him, you keep going back. And I'm telling you, I read that about an hour ago, and I just was like,
you got to send that.
Like,
to me,
come on, God! Like, I heard you, God! Like, so and we're both very spiritual, and I know, like. God sends messages. He sends messengers. He sends messages. He gives you signs. I mean, he do everything short of putting a billboard up on the highway to tell you when that person is not right for you. And you keep putting your blinders on, and I'm talking to myself, blinders on, because you see all the messages while you going down that highway. That relationship is the highway. And getting further and further, deeper and deeper in. And he's telling you,
all the signs.
Stop right here. Get off right here. Your ex is right here.
And you're like, no, it's just that it's a little traffic jam. Yes. I'm going to go around that. It's only going to take me 3 extra minutes.
Exactly. Then 7 years later, like you left, hurt, lost a couple of years, gave away yourself to somebody that didn't deserve it, that you can't get back. And then you lose yourself. And then you're still trying to figure out who you are, because that person took a lot from you. I'm sorry, he's getting a little personal.
No, it's really okay. And I think that, in losing yourself, sometimes you lose your outer beauty as well.
You lose your outer beauty.
You let that go as well too. You're uncomfortable. You're constantly thinking about the negativity. So maybe you're eating a lot more now, stuff that you probably wouldn't normally eat, or you're not working out anymore. You're not sleeping. So here comes the bag. That's not how I got them though, but
I'm telling you, that's how I got them. You're not sleeping, or you're not eating right, you're not exercising more, you're smiling less.
Or you're not even eating, because some people get so depressed and sad they can't eat. So now you went from having that Coca-Cola bottle shape at one
to looking like SpongeBob SquarePants.
No, if you're not eating, you're not going to look like SpongeBob. You're going to look like olive oil.
Well, SpongeBob is a straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he's a little thick though. That's a little thick.
But I'm telling you, like, listen to your inner voice.
Yes.
Don't ignore it.
No.
And again, I always go back to you guys because I'm always rooting for you, and it goes for the guys too. Like if you listen to your inner voice, if she's not the one, then she's not the one.
Yes.
But don't lead her on,
No,
because
don't.
sometimes that's what y'all do.
Don't.
Y'all string them along like with the horse and the horse and the carrot. Like, don't string somebody along.
Because men, I think for men it's a little different. They want to hold on to you until they find something else.
Yeah.
They don't want to lay down at night every night alone.
By themselves. They too scared to be alone, or they scared to be by themselves because being by themselves is getting to know who you are as a person. And you might not like who you are as a person. Yes. So you're just gonna put anybody in your bed just to have a warm body, just so you don't have to think about the type of person that you are. Or live in your moment. Live in who you are.
Or even if you're putting somebody in the bed that you might care about, but you just know that
hanging
person
on
is
to them.
Not the person that you truly want to be with. So you're just holding on.
Yep. You want to have options, and that's not right. It's not
unless
right.
You told the person. Unless you told the person, boo boo, you
and be honest. 9 times out of 10, you're not. 9 times out of 10, you're not telling the person that you're an option. You know you're not. You're leading them on and stringing them along by giving them saying little things, doing little things, and hugging up on them because they got a temperature. They warm, and the weather's getting cold, so you might be like,
you want a snuggle buddy.
And that's not right.
No, only if you told me that you wanted a snuggle buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Then that's all you're gonna get.
So I can say no.
Exactly.
That's not something that I'm interested in.
I had a friend, and he's a dear friend, seriously. But I had to tell him, like, listen, stop trying to get into a relationship. Like, get to know yourself. Like, spend some time with yourself. Like, you don't like stop trying to, go from one person, even though they say the best way to get over someone is to get under somebody else. But at the same time, no, because you dragging all your baggage with you to the next person. So
that sucks.
So no, stand in that point. Even if it's not a good feeling, like, yo, get in it, understand it, so that you can move on and make yourself better for the next person.
Yes, absolutely. Figure it out, be better, choose to be better.
I've been damaged goods to somebody else because like there's a song where Jay-Z say, once a good girl gone bad, she's gone forever. Like
a good girl gone bad,
she's gone forever. Like I let somebody like change me and change my whole attitude, and then after that I was like, I don't care about none of y'all, like period. For a minute. But
hurt people
exactly. I didn't care. I don't care, but now, I mean, I just, after growing and standing,
maturing,
maturing, and standing in where I was, and get in touch with my feelings and my position, and being honest with myself. Now I can grow and go, and move on from it. But I really think that
so don't just go through it.
Grow through it. What she said.
Yes, grow through it.
But yeah, these don't hold on to men. Don't be trying to drag us along just because you need options for Monday, Sunday. Wait, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No, get one. And I'm letting you know right now what I want and what I want.
Okay.
What I'm going to get and my desire is monogamous, transparent, honest relationship with who's my bestie at the same time, who I could be goofy with. Because I'm goofy. I don't care. I am an organized confusion. I'm a beautiful mess. And my mate is going to love me just the way that I am. So, but the most important thing is monogamy. So if you come in at me with, you want to have options and you want to deal with whatever, then I'm good with being by myself, because I'm loving me and I'm loving my whole environment. So don't come disturbing my peace.
Well, Jen, let's talk about monogamy for a minute, because does monogamy mean exclusivity? You're only dating, or you're only in a relationship with one person, or does monogamy only relate to sex? Like, no, we're monogamous, so I'm only having sex with you, but I'm still dating everything. Other people.
I tell my friends all the time, even if you're having you can have like real just friendship conversations with your female and male friends, but once you start and if it's something, if it's a conversation that you had with your friend that you feel guilty about sharing with your mate, you done cheated. Ooh. I'm sorry, that's monogamous. Like you can't, you giving away parts of yourself to other people, like those intimate conversations. And intimate might not be sex, but if you feel guilty telling your mate, oh, I just talked to Cherie and we was talking about, and you feel guilty about telling Cherie about the conversation you had, you stepped out.
Well, see, I define monogamy as intimacy
and mental too.
Okay, so if you mentally are, if you're really into someone mentally, you're sharing mentally, you're bonding with them in that kind of way, and it's a secret, you feel like that's kind of cheating on your partner.
Because let me tell you something. Physical is just the end result, the reward.
Because it starts off with the mental. You're right.
Yeah, and I like
when men get the woman into that mental capacity. You start to become emotional.
Yes,
and we start to connect on an emotional level. And the next step is you got the mental, the emotional. The next thing that's going to follow is the physical. So
exactly.
So you're right. It could be.
I'm telling you, because I like when I can connect with you, or we just have that connection. We could just laugh and joke together, and I am attracted to that, because then I want to devour you after the fact. Forget about your physical. All right, Bobbi, I know we're going to, that's another conversation, y'all, because we have differences when it comes to, but for me, we'll talk about Bobbi's another time, but for me, it's the mental, and then I'm attracted to that, and then the rest will follow. Having a physical, the physical act is just the end of it, the reward. You done messed up. But if you feel like, if you went out for a drink with Brenda, or Karen, and you didn't want to tell me that you went out for a drink with Brenda or Karen, and y'all just cool. Why?
What about the person that just wanted to have a monogamous relationship sexually? Like, I didn't find the right person that I want to be with. You're not in a situation, but we know we love having sex. You know, we have high sex drive. We could just sleep with each other and connect, but we're going to be monogamous because we're not going to do that with anyone else.
I don't want to.
That could still be a situation.
I don't want it to be physical. I don't even, I can't just be, I don't want to.
But let me be clear. I was not saying that.
She's not talking about her. She's not talking about her. We know that.
We want to hear from you guys. What you
I'd rather be celibate than.
Yeah.
Because I want more. I want more. Because if I can't lay it after I call it the layup.
Why you said
because I'm grown, and my daughter's grown, so we're gonna be honest here. I call it the layup. After the act is done and you can't lay up with him and you ready to go, no, you don't waste your time. And that has happened. I don't want to be I want to be looking at you like, or you looking at me like, oh, she got to go. Like, I will get up and go. I don't want to, if I don't want to just be snuggling with you or talking to you like intimately, or you staring at me and I'm staring at you after the fact, then let's not waste each other's time. Aww. I won't waste your time. Don't waste mine. I'll just sit here and just practice celibacy.
Girl, you said it again. So one time I said that to a man, and you know what he told me? He said, "Oh, so you mean first you give some for free and then you sell a bit?" He said that to me. I thought it was cute. I thought it was funny, but don't try to.
Don't try.
So, ladies, be crystal clear when you say celibate, because we're not selling. It's not for sale.
Yeah, it's not for sale.
We're not gonna give it for free.
And I just meant like I don't want to waste your time. Like I think I need more. I need more than just physical. Because again, if our backs are turned to each other afterwards, then we don't need to be together.
Well, listen, if you know the type of person you just want a monogamous sexual relationship, say that. Listen, but we're going to the movies. I'm not taking you out to dinner. I don't want to snuggle. I don't even want to kiss you. I just want to sex you.
Ew!
There's some people that are quite comfortable with that. No. As long as you make it clear.
I want to, let's take a long walk around the park after dark. Find a spot for us to spark conversation.
Stimulation.
Yeah, something like that. Share our situation, temptation, elevation, relaxation. Yes.
Come on.
All of that. I'm sorry. And if it's too much for you, it's okay. I might not be your cup of tea, but those are my standards. You know what I mean?
I like those. Those are really good standards.
Like some people don't like. They're like, oh, they might say your standards are too high, or listen, you want too much.
And that could be the case, but that probably just means you're talking to the wrong person. Right. Because as far as I'm concerned, I've had enough ordinary relationships. I'm ready for something extraordinary. I want an extraordinary relationship. And to me, the only way we can really achieve that is we both have to be a little less selfish, be more selfless.
Right.
If we're both being selfless, that means we're about one another.
Right. Right.
We might be able to achieve that extraordinary relationship. I'm looking for extraordinary. So if you right there with me, hit me up, okay?
Hit her up, y'all. You heard what she said.
Hit me up. It's my birthday. Well, I've never been shy or quiet. You know, I'm not afraid to express myself.
I'm shy and quiet, and I still am to this day.
You're not quiet.
I don't like it.
Quiet?
The only and trust me, I am. Because I don't even like listening to myself talk. But I know there's somebody else who might like listening to me.
So we're going to wrap this up. We were talking about listening to your intuition. When your intuition is telling you to go ahead and break up with somebody, don't be afraid of it. But you know what I would recommend? Get your piece of paper and write it down so you can study it. You can look at it and review it for a few days, because we don't want to make a hash decision.
A rash? I don't know.
Hasty. I meant hasty. We don't want to make a hasty decision. Yeah. You know, haste makes waste sometimes.
So what you want them to write down?
Write down the reasons you should stay and the reasons you should go.
And to add on to that, I feel like I'm going to write down everything that I want and everything that I am.
And write down the good things that the person bring into your life and the bad, and the good, the bad. So make that list and look at it for a while. Nobody's saying you have to take action the next day, but look at it. You know, set a goal. Listen, but talk to the person. Make sure you have had a real discussion with your partner and expressed all of this to them, because assuming possibly maybe your partner might not know some of it. So don't give them that excuse to be able to tell you that they really just didn't know this thing was bothering you.
He knows.
You probably do. But intuition, listen, let them know, write it down, study it, read it, let it really sink in and build that confidence and get you really strong to the level where you can go.
Right.
Okay? Because sometimes when you listen to your intuition and you go, you might get a little weak and feel like, oh my gosh, did I do the wrong thing? And you want to go back.
Don't go back.
So be strong and really, really know why you're leaving and really understand your intuition.
Yeah.
Before
you'll know, you will know when it's time to let go.
Yes, it is.
Right.
Because usually we hold on longer than we should. And after it's all over and the heartache is gone and the pain, you be like, you know what? I probably should have left him like 6 months ago. I knew I should have, because I've had that feeling. And I said, I should have left 2 years ago.
Yep.
Well, actually, I did leave, but I came back. You know, he chased me down for a couple of months and I went back. And then when it was all over with, I realized, you know what? You really should have just stayed gone. So let's listen to our intuition. Because
to your intuition.
If you're older than 25, who got time to be wasting? The years go fast.
No. Nobody got time for that. So,
okay. But listen, Jen, do you have any final words?
No, just don't disturb my peace. That's it.
Okay. So I want to thank you all for listening. But we want to hear
listening.
Tell us what you think about your intuition telling you to break up with somebody, or your intuition telling you to give somebody a serious chance. Right? Because it can happen on the good side of it too, you know, and it's telling you that. So tell us, how can you know, do that happen to you? Have you taken action? Did you regret it?
Mm-hmm.
We want to know. Comment below.
Comment
Hit
below.
the subscribe button.
Yeah,
Turn on
y'all.
those notifications.
Yes.
So you'll know when we're posting our next videos. And you can follow us on all social media platforms.
Yes, please do.
So
I love y'all.
Yes, I want to say this is real people. No, I'm messing up our own saying.
It's real talkers. We're real people say real things.
That right there.
Bam. Bye, y'all.
Bye.